The best gaming phones completely revolutionize your app library. Offering up seriously powerful processors, plenty of RAM, and high-quality, high refresh rate displays, these devices can push your favorite thumb tappers far further. With the rise of Xbox Cloud gaming services, smaller screens are becoming even bigger business, which means there are plenty of gaming phones out there for the Play Store power user to choose from. That makes it difficult to work out exactly what you need from your smartphone and how much you need to pay for a gaming-specific device. Thankfully, as gaming phones develop, we're seeing prices on the biggest and best falling slightly down the scale. That means there's now options for all budgets, and we're rounding up our favorites right here. Our team of experts is on hand to point out the best gaming phones currently gracing the market, not to mention the best prices. To help you find the right model, we've listed the best gaming phones 2024 and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you, and as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 6. Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro. By adding in some features normally found on non-gaming flagship phones, Asus has made the ROG Phone 8 Pro a far better rounded product while keeping true to its gaming focus. The phone's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, joined by up to 24GB RAM, offers the best performance you can get on an Android phone right now, while its capacitive triggers and customizable gaming software add-ons let you reach even more of your playing potential. And when you're done gaming, you can appreciate the 3x telephoto camera Asus has added and the fact the phone's now waterproof, meaning less risk of catastrophic damage. Just prepare to spend a lot of money to get the ROG Phone 8 Pro, $1,199 minimum. Also, while we are happy to see a camera upgrade for this phone, its images still don't match up well with more photo-focused phones. Plus, we wish Asus offered more than 2 years of software updates in a world where 4 years or more is becoming the norm. That said, this is a gaming phone that's still a practical choice when the time comes to use it for more productive purposes. And that counts for a lot. Number 5. Motorola Edge Plus 2023. You don't have to pay top dollar for top-of-the-line Android performance. The Motorola Edge Plus 2023 features the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset found in leading Android phones like the Galaxy S23 series and the OnePlus 11, but at $799, it's a much more affordable option than a lot of competing devices. Throw in a 6.7-inch display that can offer a 165Hz refresh rate, and you've got a phone that mobile gamers will certainly find appealing. Don't worry that a drained battery will cut short your gaming sessions. The Motorola Edge Plus held out for more than 15 hours on our battery test, one of the best times we've seen posted in the last 18 months. Even when the screen was set to its maximum 165Hz refresh rate, the phone still lasted more than 13 hours, which is an outstanding result. Motorola may not be the first name you think of when it comes to gaming phones, but all the features you want are certainly there in the Motorola Edge Plus. Number 4. OnePlus 12. Another great gaming phone that doesn't shout about it. The OnePlus 12's standout feature is its price. It's a Galaxy S24 Ultra/iPhone 15 Pro Max rival that costs the same as the entry-level versions of those phones and boasts higher storage and /RAM than both. As well as using the same chip as the current top-flight Samsung phone, the OnePlus 12 does a decent job of challenging its photography credentials with OnePlus' best camera system to date. It's not quite up there with the best camera phones, nor does the OnePlus offer quite as many software and AI-powered features as its rivals, but you'll happily forgive that in exchange for the hundreds of dollars or whatever your local currency is that going for the OnePlus 12 will leave in your bank account. Number 3. RedMagic 9 Pro. It's hard to find more a gaming-focused phone than the RedMagic 9 Pro. It's got its own RGB cooling fan built in. What else do you need to know? Well, there are a few things. First, it uses a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with up to 16GB RAM to run your games smoothly and sharply, a huge 6,500 mAh battery with 80W charging, and more software to help you play. With the flick of a dedicated switch, you can enable capacitive triggers, change your RGB lighting settings, or just quickly access your games. Sadly, RedMagic still struggles to translate its software to English, so it's sometimes a bit confusing when you're trying to alter specific settings. Plus, the dual rear cameras do not produce particularly strong photos. But then when you look at how little this phone costs, maybe you'll forgive the RedMagic 9 Pro for not being a master photographer as well as a performance machine. Number 2. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Samsung's latest Ultra is, for the most part, an iterative refinement on its predecessor. However, one of the most notable upgrades from the performance doled out by its tuned Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chipset, paired to a vapor chamber that's twice the size of the one found in 2023's Galaxy S23 Ultra, for superior cooling. The result, in artificial benchmarks at least, is graphical prowess that matches or surpasses what the likes of Apple's latest iPhones and even the ROG Phone 8 can muster. A 5,000 mAh battery delivers decent enough longevity for most gamers, and while Samsung's gaming tools are lightweight within its One UI user experience, their presence is still wholly welcome. For one of the most well-rounded flagship phones on the market right now, just be ready to pay a high price or consult with our Samsung Galaxy S24 Deals article for the latest discounts. Number 1. Samsung Galaxy A50. Picking up a cheaper gaming phone doesn't mean limiting yourself to max-free puzzlers or go with an unknown brand. The Samsung Galaxy A50 costs a small fraction of its flashier siblings like the S20 or Note series, but this is still a great phone and a stone-cold bargain if you want to spend less, but get a phone that won't let you down. I was testing this for gaming against some very expensive phones, and I almost had to have a word with it and explain how it needed to stop showing up the big boys. Call of Duty Mobile on high settings for graphics and frame rate. Why not? Sure, it wasn't quite as smooth or detailed as your $1,000/£1,000 flagship phones, but at less than a third of the price, the A50 is way better than it should be. As a day-to-day phone, the Samsung Galaxy A50 has a very good camera, with only the night pictures being prone to a loss of detail if there are too many artificial light sources. Amazingly, for a phone at this price, it has a dual SIM slot, making it handy if you have separate work/home SIMs, or if you're picking up a cheap data card when traveling abroad. There's a newer Galaxy A51 out there now, which aside from an upgrade to 48MP/32MP back/front camera lenses, carries the same internal spec and display, so we stick with the A50 for the generally cheaper cost. But if you're curious, here are the latest Galaxy A51.